Hey, it's Greg from The Code Creative. I wanted to make a quick video because if you've been to the Framemotion docs recently, you might have noticed a pretty big change. And I have to admit, when I first saw this, I was a little bit shocked because I have a whole Framemotion course as well as several videos here on my channel about Framemotion. But the good news is that Framemotion is actually changing for the better. And all the content from my videos and my course, they're still relevant. Nothing's broken. But in this video, I want to quickly show you some of the differences basically in how you're going to install Framemotion, or what's now being called Motion. So let's take a look at it. So previously, if you wanted to access the documentation for Framemotion, you would come over to framer.com/motion. However, now if we go to that URL, we can see that it actually redirects us to motion.dev. And check it out, there's an entirely new updated website, and look how beautiful it is. Some really nice animations here. And if we jump over to the blog section, let's go down here and we get to blog. And Matt Perry, who's the author of Framemotion, recently wrote a post about this change to what's now become Motion. So in a nutshell, Matt Perry, initially he created the animation library called PopMotion, and then that got acquired by a company called Framer. And this is Framer's website. It's basically like a design tool and website builder, like a no-code tool. And this no-code tool uses Framemotion and React under the hood for its animations. So while Matt Perry was working there, he took PopMotion and really fleshed it out to make it into the nice declarative React animations that we have now. And then a few years ago, I guess, he started working on another project called Motion 1, which was another animation library that took advantage of the web animation API and was meant to be used in a more universal way for Vanilla.js and I guess with other frameworks. So essentially now what he's done is he's taken that Motion 1 project and rolled it into a single thing with Framemotion to create this new Motion project. And in fact, if we look at the documentation, we can see that now there's a JS section and a React section. So the React section is what has the documentation for what was Framemotion, and the JS section, I believe, is the documentation for what was Motion 1. Now, I think there have been some additions and updates and changes, but to my understanding, this is essentially what we have here. Now, in terms of installing the package and importing it into your files, let's look at the JavaScript part first. Here we can see that we need to npm install Motion, and then you're going to import the various functions and things like this. But for the React side of things, you're also going to install that same package, npm install Motion. However, this is how you're going to import the Motion component now. So import Motion from Motion/React. The cool thing, though, is that you can still do import Motion from framer-motion, and that'll work just fine. And you can do that even if you freshly npm install Motion like this. And one other really cool thing about the documentation is that now there's a search feature. So we can search for, I don't know, let's say transitions, right, and jump right to it. So that's a really nice additional feature that just got added. Other than that, I'd say take a look at the sponsor page as well. There's various ways to sponsor Matt here, and you can see there's some really cool companies that are doing so already. So I'm excited to see where this all leads, and if you look in that blog post, you can see that Matt talks about some of the things he has on the agenda, like creating some high-level components, better dev tools, plugins for popular design tools, and more. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.